In this video as well, we will talk in continuation and part 2 of object in classes in Python. So we will talk about how we can call an object method. So in the previous example, we create a class person, then we call it init to initialize. Here is attributes, and then for example there is a functionality that is called my function. In that my function print my name is self.name, whatever name we have, for example, put in there. For example, in this function we have a print in hello my name is self.name, and we have, for example, created, this is an object reference variable, in that we store an object of class person and with the name John in the age 36, and then for example I call my function functionality. So hello my name is John, whatever we have printed there, that will be my name. So an object, we say, for example, can also contain method, and method object or function belong to that object. The self, what does the self parameter that we have passed, for example, in here, and we have passed here, what does this do? The self parameter is a reference to the current instance of the class. It's a reference that refers to the instance of the class, and it's used to access variable that belong to the class. So a reference to the instance of a class which gave us access to the variable belong to the class. That's it. It does not have to be named self. Self is not mandatory that it should be named self. You can call it whatever you like, but it has to be the first parameter. It has to be the first parameter of any function in the class. So through that we can access all variable of the class. For example, name, through self we have the name, whatever name we have given, we have calculated. For example, we have a class person, and in this class person we have define init, and then for example I can call it whatever I want. For example, in this case I have my silly object. This is the name of it, then we have name, then we have age, and through this we can access the class. For example, my silly object dot name is equal to name, my silly object dot age is equal to age, and then I define my functionality, and then for example I call this in here ABC, then I say print hello my name is plus ABC, because through this self, through this ABC, it is a reference to the instance. We can print whatever we want. P1, this is a reference variable, person, the person is John and 36-year-old, and then we say P1 dot my function. So it can be named whatever it is, but it create an instance of the class. Then we can modify object properties. We can modify the properties on object like this. For example, set the age of P1 to 40. We can also modify it. Like for example, in here, before printing this thing, for example, I say that P1 dot age should be equal to 40. P1 dot age should be equal to 40, and then for example in here I also print my name is my age is plus ABC dot age. So for example, if we see this P1 dot age, so if we print P1 dot age, for example, if we print P1 dot age, P1 dot age now is 40. We can modify the attributes or properties of an object as well. And then we can, for example, after modifying, we can also delete object properties. the del keyword can be used to delete it. For example, in here